What's up, you dead nerds? It's CJ and Hallie here with another movie review. Say
Hi.
Today we watched the original HELLRAISER.
From 1987?
So we have to judge this movie in 80s terms and not so much in current terms, because this is a classic and it's what makes horror movies today. It spawned a lot of the horror tropes of like excessive blood and gore and sexuality, which is seen a lot now in horror movies. Also, demonic presences other than like straight up like Christianity's demons, if that makes sense. These are creatures from another realm, and they eventually call it hell, but it's not quite hell.
From another dimension, right?
Kinda. Another reality almost, but a reality they call hell. Also ruled by a character, a monster called the Leviathan. So it's very similar to our ideology of what hell is. It's not quite our hell, but it did turn into our hell eventually. In the later movies, I think they finally went back on it eventually, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the newest ones. So what did you think of the movie?
I thought for 1987, like if I was watching that and having never... I was in like 1987 and watching that in movie theaters, like I think I would have been scared.
I think it still holds up. I think it's still pretty scary.
It's not scary and like the jump scare, like moves.
Oh,
it's like creepy. Like,
yeah, it doesn't have a whole bunch of jump scares. It's not, that wasn't a big thing back then. Not like it is now.
Really, really good with special effects in that whole movie. Like
yeah,
whoever that special effects team was.
Those are late 80s special effects too.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like this movie still holds up as a horror movie. I feel like this movie will still give a ton of people nightmares just on the creatures alone that exist in this movie. They're very scary looking, and the premise behind it is
even there's the
thing of nightmares,
like torture. He got like pulled apart.
The house was his personal home.
Yeah,
and he was stuck in the house.
Yeah,
that's why the house had the heart. That was
his. Yeah,
he was the house. That was his personal home.
I didn't think of it like that. Like
that's how they were torturing him. Yeah.
In the house.
And then he found a way to escape through blood of other people, like revitalizing himself. Old Uncle Frank. So yeah, I think it holds up still. What do you? Excuse me, guys. What do you think classifies this movie as horror-tastic? Would you consider this movie horror-tastic?
Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah.
It's definitely a classic horror movie. It's got tons of gore in it. This movie's actually edited way down. I think there's some like special DVD versions of where you can watch the unrated version with as much of the unedited stuff in it as possible. The movie almost got an X rating before they edited it all down. Had a lot more sex in it and a lot more gore. The movie is pretty gory as it is, even for the year it is. But the gore was a lot worse previously.
Really?
Yeah. But there's still gory. A ton of gore in this movie. Most of the movie, you're just watching this dude like slowly become human again, starting from like bones.
Yeah, get like built up and then eventually.
If you ever taken like anatomy in school.
It's
And
just
you
like
see
the
like the
muscle man.
layers, yeah, the layers of where you got the flesh, and then you got the veins and then the muscle.
Yeah, he was like goopy and slimy.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a problem with
Blood.
like blood or like any kind of weird textures or anything like that, and you really wouldn't like this movie.
Yeah, it really freaked out. And she had a lot of problems. I noticed at the beginning of the movie because
It's the part where I have this thing just from like a past like patient interaction. He like cut his hand and it was bleeding super bad.
Yeah, his hand was bleeding like extra bad.
Yeah, just the way that it was.
From a little cut.
Yeah, it's just like past experiences.
It also has amazing creatures in it. Obviously, this is the franchise where Pinhead became popular and famous as a horror monster.
Yeah.
But apart from Pinhead, all of them are just wild looking,
And they don't even do. It's not like they do like anything wild or anything super scary. It's just their presence itself is wild.
Yeah.
Just like how they look is.
The scariest thing a creature does is like that other realm beast that like chases her down the hallway.
That worm thing.
Yeah, whatever that monster is. Like the head on the bottom and like the stinger tail up top on its head.
Yeah.
Where its head should be.
Looks like a naked bee or something.
Like an upside down wasp. Almost. Like a fleshy wasp. With like a human head or something. Ridiculous human head. But yeah, this movie is very horror-tastic for all those reasons.
What's your favorite character?
Pinhead. I love all of Pinhead's lines in this. They're super iconic, and they're just amazing. How about you?
Oh, maybe Frank.
Frank, the uncle? The evil guy?
Evil
The
Frank.
bad guy in the movie? Yeah, he's the villain in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the demons are the bad guys. Frank is the bad guy. Him and the stepmom.
Yeah.
They're the bad guys. Why was Frank your favorite?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like the special effects that I was super into.
Like as he's getting rebuilt?
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't like Frank as a person.
I don't know. Well, he was kind of manipulative.
He's very manipulative.
He just killed Julie at the end.
And he slept with his brother's wife. And
Yeah.
he
Had her like killing men.
He's unemotional. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Frank was.
Yeah.
He was a monster before he became what he was.
Yeah.
And Jesus wept. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene. You go first.
I have fond memories of all of Pinhead when he's talking. But my favorite line is when he says, "We have such sights to show you." I don't know why, but like that sticks with me. It always does. I know it's like super classic, and it's kind of the meme of the movie. It became the meme for like anything that has to do with showing someone something.
Yeah.
But it's just so spooky and so creepy, and like you can only imagine in your mind what your personal hell is, and that line alone just brings up that image. Like whatever your personal hell is, what would bother you the most. So you figure it out.
No, I can't figure it out. I don't know what my favorite scene was. There's a lot going on in that movie.
There's a lot.
Check out a favorite scene.
Yeah, the A and B story. It's all one story, but it's all mashed together.
Yeah. Maybe. God, I don't know what my favorite scene was. I don't know if I have like a.
Just name one of them then. Something you liked about the movie. A scene you enjoyed.
Maybe the scene where is it Kirsty is in the hospital
Christy?
Is it Christy or Kirsty?
I thought it was Christy.
I don't know.
Could
The
be
daughter
Kirsty. Yeah.
was in the hospital.
First time she solves the puzzle?
Yeah, and that door, like the wall splits apart. And then it's almost like a nightmare. She's like running.
Yep.
And it's like that feeling where you're running in a nightmare.
You're not,
going anywhere. And there's a really scary monster chasing you. I think they did that well.
Yeah. Everything
I
about
think this movie
the special
plays
effects.
into a lot of people's like
Straight up nightmares.
straight up nightmares.
Yeah. It's supposed to. It's supposed to just give anyone the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, the heebie-jeebies. It's like a creepy crawly kind of movie.
Yeah, for sure. All right, fun facts is next. There's a ton. There's like a million fun facts. Most of it is, Clive wanting to go out on his own and make his own movie. This is his first movie directing. He also wrote it.
Yeah.
And he wrote the book for it beforehand in anticipation for making the movie. They changed a lot of stuff, and he was not happy with the rating system over there. Like I said earlier, they had to cut a lot of the scenes out. But that's just what happens in showbiz, I guess. The line
wasn't Hollywood friendly.
Yeah, or British Hollywood, whatever that is.
Oh, London.
The line "and Jesus wept" it originally was "fuck you," but one of the line producers changed it, and they filmed it as Jesus wept. Also, a lot of the fun facts are about all the other symbiotes. How'd you pronounce it? Symbiotes. Symbiote. Other than Pinhead wasn't supposed to be the lead symbiote. Cenobites.
Yeah, because it kind of sounds like Cenobites, like Cinnabon bites. Cenobites.
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 Oh, okay.
It's just a video of us
saying this word.
Cenobites.
Yeah, Pinhead was actually supposed to be a much lower rank than he was originally.
He's got that leader presence, though.
In the movie, yeah. That's only because everyone else's costumes were too restrictive. Chatterbox was supposed to have some lines, but he couldn't actually talk or see in his. Where was I? The female was supposed to say a few things less than what she does, because Pinhead and the female were the only two that actually had lines. And then Butterball, the fat, gross-looking one, was actually supposed to be the leader. But he couldn't talk at all either. So he's just kind of a nasty presence that makes like a weird noise in the movie.
Yeah.
But because of all that, we got Pinhead as our leader for forever now. They're on their 10th movie that came out 2 years ago, which is crazy to think about. 10 Hellraiser movies.
I mean, it's like the Fast and the Furious thing.
Oh, no, those movies just came out like crazy. I mean, this has been 23 years. Or, no, 33 years 33. Now. So, I mean, yeah, 10 movies, 33 years, it's fine.
What movie were we watching where you're like, oh, that's like Pinhead? Because now I know. I feel like we were watching something and you brought him up because it reminded you of him.
I don't know. They make references all the
was
time.
it that cabin movie?
Cabin in the Woods, yeah.
Yeah, where they had all those monsters. And one of them
that was a
Pinhead.
great movie.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. Yeah, those are the fun facts. There was one more I thought was super interesting that I didn't say and I forgot. Oh well. Whatever. I forgot. What would you rate this movie?
5 out of 5. It's a classic.
Same. We're definitely rating this a 5 out of 5 for Spooks. This was an amazing rewatch for me, and this is her first time watching it. I've never seen any of the other ones. I've only ever seen this one. So I'm super excited to watch the other 9. But Hulu only has number 2, so we're going to have to find the other ones. Maybe get like a box set of all 10 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's our rating. 5 out of 5. Go watch it. It's on Hulu right now for Halloween. They got it up. They also have number 2 up there. Yeah. That was us. Love you, squad.
Bye, squad. I need to put ham pieces in here.